tried it. You didn't succeed. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia, and this is That's So Letitia. And to all of my new viewers, supporters, and subscribers, welcome, guys, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy the content. And to all of my returning viewers, supporters, and subscribers, welcome back, guys. As always, it is a pleasure to see you. Without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So for today's video, we're going to be, of course, doing our makeup and then doing a little yapping. I went to a YouTube event recently, a official YouTube event, and I have some things that I just want to share about the experience. So settle in, grab you some water, and let's go. So, of course, I'm going to first start with a primer. This is by Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. So, yes, I went to a content collective hosted by YouTube here in Las Vegas. And I was under the impression, because it, was YouTube official, that you had to have some sort of status in order to be invited or be even seen as a prospect to attend this event. Once the creator reached out to me, tagged me in the information, I was hesitant to fill out the application, but I did. And surprise, surprise, they put me on the wait list. So when they put me on the wait list, I was like, okay, this possibly means that, they're just like, oh, poor little Ting Ting. Okay, you reside in Las Vegas. You may do 1 or 2 videos every now and again. We're not gonna just outright say no thank you. You're not big enough, you're not, well known enough. We'll just put you on the wait list. Kind of like a, I like you, but I'm gonna friend zone you type of way. So I swallowed my pride, I took it for what it was, and I kept it moving. Now I'm going to color correct Huda Beauty Faux Filter Color Corrector in shade Papaya. So like I said, I was waitlisted, put my pride to the side, and I kept it moving. In my opinion, I was like, well, at least I tried. Nothing beats a try, so I tried, but apparently I wasn't what they were looking for. Or so I thought. So the day of the event, I'm at work, right? And I'm like, in between calls, I'm checking my emails, and I see a invite. It's like congratulations or something along those lines, but confirm your attendance, blah blah blah, instructions on what to do, the address as to where the event is going to be held. So I'm sitting there and I'm literally looking at my phone like, oh my god, oh my goodness, like it's really happening. They really looked at my page and was like, yeah, you can come chill with us. So because it was the day of, I didn't have much time, but as a creator, of course, I was able to jump right in front of my camera, do my whole little look for the event on film, vlog it, get down there, did the damn thing. This is where we are now. This is my feedback. So I get to the venue, and it was a spot that I was very familiar with. I had been there a time or 2 before. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that that's where it was being held, because I knew where I was going. Now I'm going to use to set the color corrector. This is by Juvia's Place I Am Magic Setting Powder in shade Gobi. Also keep in mind, what it is that I am looking to achieve with this look is the most drugstore pocket-friendly products that I can pull together. So, I get down there, and it was invite only. Like there was no, walking up day of, oh, I know so-and-so, or I'm this person, I'm with them. They were very, very strict on that. Like no +1s, no moms, dads, support teams, cameramen, like none of that. If we did not personally select them, they don't get in. So when that announcement was made, it also kind of solidified what I believe to have been a personal invite from YouTube to me for me to attend the event. So, we we're in line or whatever, they do their checks, they make sure that we're on the list and this, that, and the third. We go in, we line up for like photo ops, which was super cute. And yeah, so the Creator Collective event begins. Now, what happened during the whole the Creator Collective event is one that really like changed my perspective on things. It had nothing to do with YouTube. Like YouTube, they set it out, okay? When I mean set it out, unlimited food, unlimited drinks, like the vibe was just amazing. They made sure that they made it a very laid back, professional, but inviting environment for all that were there, right? There was like no VIP, there was no hierarchy, there was none of that. Like everybody that was invited, everybody that was granted admission was treated the same. Like the YouTube employees and staff, they would come around, shake your hand, like check your channel out on your phone, make sure, you know, that they like knew what your content was. I even had one of the YouTube staffers come up to me personally, like knew me by name, like knew my channel, knew exactly what it was that I did. And I found that so shocking because I'm a super small, intimate community. And I didn't think that this person would have come up to me and just know exactly who it is that I am and what it is that I do. So that was shocking, but it was also, again, solidifying my place in that room. It was solidifying my space in that place, right? Like, no, you deserve to be here. So the night is going on. I'm now going to use NYX Buttermelt Glaze Soft Glow Skin Tint Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30 in shade Nutmeg Butta. So the night is going on, the drinks are flowing, the conversations are happening, the vlogging is vlogging, like, you know, people are working, people are networking, they're doing what it is that they do. Now, one thing I'm not at all shy to admit, I say it all the time on this channel, I am a complex introvert. What I mean by that is I have no friends, okay? I've been here in Vegas for several years now. I have no friends. You know, the typical introvert, they would tell you like, oh, well, you know, I don't want friends. I'm very, you know, standoffish. I enjoy being by myself. And that is the nature of an introvert. Like our social battery, it gets depleted within a good 20-30 minutes of being in a space where there's other people. However, where my complexity comes into play is that when I want to be an extrovert, I want that community too. So it's weird. It's a weird dynamic. So for the most part, I am there and I'm in my introvert mode. So I am standing along the back wall, taking in the scene, and my husband, bless his heart, he's texting me, like, cause he knows how I am. Get off the wall, go out, actually talk to people, smile, laugh, network, all the things. So I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. I will be a part of it, right? Because that's obviously why I'm there. And I'm glad that I was. I had creators of all different genres, backgrounds, and ages, and follower counts, you know, actually come up to me because they kind of saw that, you know, I was in my own little world. And, you know, I had them come up to me, you know, introduce themselves, tell me about their channel, ask me about mine. I even had a creator who I'm in communication with now, who also is local, because not every creator that was there was local, but I had one who is local, who her and I, we kind of bonded over several drinks and so many things that we have in common. We are brainstorming a concept for a video, which is going to be really fun if we can pull it off the way that we're envisioning it. So yeah, I have people, you know, that I'm chatting with, talking to, things of that sort. And the night was going well. And now I'm going to put on my concealer, also a drugstore find. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer. This one is in shade 146.5. So if I had to, I guess, give this event like a rating, overall, I had an amazing time. I would rate this one out of 10. I would say, honestly, about a 10. Like, a time was had. A time was had. I really enjoyed myself, given the fact that this was my absolute first official, like, creator event, invite only, creator only event. This one really, you know, set the tone for what it is that I would be looking for in other events moving forward. So the event itself was, in my opinion, amazing. I don't have anything to base it with. Again, this was my first event, but one of the things that happened really like stuck out to me, and it made me question something for a second. Then I had to jump back into my body. So as certain creators were introducing themselves to one another, they pretty much followed up by inquiring about the other creator's follower count. That to me kind of felt similar to when you meet someone for the first time and you're in a social setting, and they pretty much gauge how they're going to treat you, respect you, interact with you, or dismiss you by what your occupation is. I don't know if y'all have ever been in one of those, like, you know, social settings, maybe a happy hour, a group outing, friend outing, sometimes even family events, right? Where you will meet somebody and they, and there's like no tact about it, you know? They just immediately, oh, I'm so-and-so, and I'm sorry, what do you do for a living? Ma'am, sir, it's none of your business. Like, we're here having drinks and you asking me what I do for a living? Like, how boring and shallow can you be, you know? So yeah, that was what happened. Several creators that, you know, came up to me, they, you know, introduced themselves, told me what their channel name was, and then proceeded to follow up by, oh, and I have such and such followers. Okay, good for you. Like, that's amazing. You know, wow, whatever. Okay, moving on. And I had one creator come up to me, and we were not in the same genre. Like, I won't even give it the time of day, you know, of like saying who this person is. And to be quite honest, I don't even remember his name. But he comes up to me, and, you know, I'm sitting at the bar and I'm having my little old fashioned. I love a good old fashioned neat. Oh, so good. So I'm having my old fashioned and I'm vibing, right? Because at this point, I'm like 3 drinks in, and yes, I Ubered. I didn't drive. So, you know, the nerves are starting to dissipate. I'm now feeling myself. I feel like I'm amongst my peers. I'm having my drink, right? So this creator comes up to me. He goes, you know, hi, my name is such and such. This is my channel. What is your name? So then I tell him my name, tell him the name of my channel, right? So then he goes, so, you know, what is your channel focused on? And I tell him, you know, lifestyle, beauty, skincare, you know, all of the girly things. And he goes, oh, okay, hence that's so Letitia, like you talk about a wide range of things. I go, you got it. So he tells me that he's into tech and gaming, and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, maybe my sons might, you know, watch you since you do tech reviews, things like that. So then he follows up by telling me, you know, he goes, how did he say it? He's like, I have 1.5. And I'm like, okay, 1.5 what? And he goes, I have 1.5 million. So I'm saying to myself, like, why is this kid, because he was definitely younger than me, much younger than me. I'm saying to myself, why is this kid like telling me what his net worth is? I don't care. Like, I'm married, so what? Literally, that's what I'm thinking, right? So then I'm like 1.5 million, and he goes, followers. Oh, okay, again, good on you. So then he asks me, how many followers do I have? And I try to kind of dismiss the question because it's not a topic that if I'm being honest, is not a topic that I necessarily feel comfortable getting into, just because in being a creator and being on YouTube, like a lot of people tend to base their worth and the worth of other people on a following count. I don't. Like, that's not me. So when I get asked that, oftentimes I shy away from it, because for me, if I have 1 supporter, 2 supporters, 5 supporters, 500 supporters, 5,000 supporters, like, it's not going to change me. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to deviate from that question, but then it came up again. So I just directed him to my page, right? So he goes on my page and he looks at my follower count, and I mean, it looked like he was about to just lose it. So he goes, and at this point I have my drink in my hand and I'm vibing back out into the music because I kind of already know where this is going. One thing about creator spaces that I am noticing is that the vibe very much gives geriatric high schooler. Geriatric high school drama. Geriatric high school clique. That's what it gives. I don't want no parts of it. So I do what I do. I engage with my supporters and I keep it moving. This kind of put the icing on the cake as to why that is how I have decided to move in these spaces. So he goes, I'm sure you're like a really nice person. I'm sure you're like a really nice woman, but and I'm sitting there, and at this point now I have a very sarcastic, noticeable smirk on my face. Yes, 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 because I know it's something, right? Like, we're not just about to sit here and go, I'm not a mind reader, right? Like, that is not on my lanyard. I did not come in here and say that's a Letitia mind reader. It says that's a Letitia creator. So what is it that you're trying to say, land the plane? So then he goes, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I said, oh honey, you could never disrespect me. Never. I don't value you like that. So just, what is it that you're trying to say? How did you get here? By Uber? I'm local. How did you get here? No, that's not what I mean. Okay, so what is it that you mean? And if you guys are new here and you don't know, this is a story time while I'm doing my makeup. To the makeup, this is bomb. This is my first time using this, but I am loving the coverage. I am loving the finish. This is a doer for the summer. Plus it's a SPF. You can never go wrong with sunscreen and a bit of tint. This is a winner. So back onto my story. So, you know, I'm like, I'm local. That's how I got here. How did you get here? No, I'm just saying, like, who invited you? Like, how did you get here? You know, again, I don't mean any disrespect. Again, you can never disrespect me. I don't value you. I don't value your opinion. Well, you know, I had to go through so much for my brand manager, you know, to get me invited here and, you know, to secure my ticket and this, that, and the third. And, you know, like, again, I'm sure you're like a nice person, but I have 1.5 million followers and you only have like 1,000 followers. How did you, like, I don't understand. I thought this was for like someone that had like a lot of followers. Well, apparently you understood wrong. And like I told him, everyone had to be vetted in order to get here, right? So just like they vetted you and they looked at your follower count and they looked at your material on your page, they did the same to me which is why I was waitlisted and not immediately granted a invite. So apparently somebody at YouTube was like, hey, okay, this is a real creator. Regardless of follower count, regardless of supporter, you know, count, this is a real creator. I mean, I'm just like, my mind is blown right now. And as I'm sitting there, I'm saying to myself, this is very much giving one of those like psychotic breakdown YouTube videos that a lot of them tend to do. And I mean, now it's comical. It's comical. And I wanted to say, are you sure your channel isn't like based around comedy? Are you sure you do tech? So I'm saying, like, how does my follower count and the fact that I am here in the same space with you at all affect anything that you have going on? And now I'm just going to start setting all of this again using Juvia's Place I Am Magic setting powder in shade Gobi. For somebody who, you know, is so successful in their, you know, in their genre, in their niche, whatever it is that you want to call it, and be threatened by someone who on paper at least can't even hold a match to them, to me, my flabbers were gasted. I was done. I was done. So what I mean by it had me taken for a minute, because in that very second, I did not anticipate nor expect this type of interaction, but not while I'm sitting here drinking my old fashioned. Like, come on, for real? Like, this is supposed to be a laid back event. I don't want to have to school anybody, right? I don't want to have to be that deep all the time, philosophical type of Black woman. I just wanted to sit there and enjoy my damn drink. So in the moment that this all went down, like as it was fresh, as it was happening, as he was, as my sons would say, crashing out, it did kind of make me question, like, why am I here? I'm hearing all these people, oh, well, I have this many brand deals, or yeah, you know, I just did an advertisement for this person, for that person. Oh my goodness, we just flew out for this one. We have to fly out for another one. Oh, I was with that agency, and I'm hearing all of this chatter in the background, right? And I'm saying to myself, I came alone and I'm gonna leave alone. But exactly why am I here? Like, was my invite by accident? You know? And then something came over me that was like, you're here because you were appointed to be here. And it was within that moment that I had to just kind of straighten myself and be like, you know what? You may have 1.5 million followers, but I have 1.1 thousand supporters. Huge difference. Huge difference, right? And then you know, my pride kicked in, my ego kicked in, because I'm like, how dare you insult me? How dare you insult my channel? How dare you insult my peeps by saying I don't deserve to be in the same space as you, because you basically had to do whatever it is that you felt you had to do in order for you to secure your spot here. I didn't have to do anything. So who really deserved to have been there? Maybe it wasn't you and it was me, because there was no extra effort put in on my behalf, and God still saw fit to allow me to be in that space. So yeah, that was quite a experience. Very weird. I have been in several spaces where people have questioned my presence being there. And I'm sure a lot of you out there can probably identify with this as well. And if you haven't, as my mother used to say, keep living. There's going to be quite a few people that you come across that you can't allow their insecurities about the spaces that they are in, because we don't know how these people got in the spaces that they're in, counteract the confidence that God has given you to be in these spaces where others would, you know, have you not be there. Simply because just you being there, not even doing the most, Like not even doing nothing extra, but literally just by you existing in those spaces to them is a threat. Like, you get ready and buckle up, Buttercup. If you have not yet been in these type of spaces, it will happen. It happens on a daily basis in social circles, in relationships, in friend groups, definitely as it pertains to employment and educational spaces. You know, you will have people literally watch you progress and still question your worth, question you being there. And it's not necessarily that they feel you don't belong to be there. They just hope you don't know that you deserve to be there. So that was my takeaway from that. And I was like, you know what, young man, you got it. So now I'm just going to use some Mented Cosmetics blush in Clay Too Much. But I mean, like I said, the time was had. I had a ball. I had a ball. I enjoyed myself. I met some really cool creators. I met a creator that deals with analytics. So I was like, yeah, honey, I need to know you. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And I even, you know, got invited to some other events with my 1.1 thousand supporters. So you take that, kid. So yeah. That was my little yapping session. And now we're just going to finish our look. I am really, like wholeheartedly, I am digging this stuff. This Buttermelt Glaze Soft Glow Skin Tint. I am really liking this. I purchased this, I want to say about 2 weeks ago. And it's been sitting because I had so many other products I was trying to move through. Yeah, and the coverage, it gives natural coverage. Like, this does not at all feel heavy like I have on makeup or anything like that. I love this. So pretty. Okay, moving ahead, I'm now going to do my eyeshadow. Apparently it's still doing what it needs to do because it was not on sale, still full price. This is by Makeup Revolution or Revolution Makeup. Yeah, Makeup Revolution. This is the Forever Flawless Bird of Paradise palette. These are the shades. How fun is this? This is definitely giving me the color story that I'm looking for. So this is going to be the palette that we use for our eyeshadow look today. Now this I picked up from Ulta and it was $15.99. So I'm going to start with this shade here, which is called Adventure. This is a very vibrant matte purple shade. I'm going to use my Morphe M504 brush and I'm going to place this towards the back of my eye. And then I love that these palettes always come with an oversized mirror. Like, hello, and then under 20 bucks you get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 shades and you get a great size mirror. Like, you can't beat that. And I prepped my eye for my shadow using my concealer. I pretty much just, as I was blending it in, I brought it up over to my eye. One thing I'm noticing though, especially if you have deeper complexions, such as myself, you may want to follow up using, especially if you're wanting a very vibrant color payoff, and you don't want to have to keep digging into the pan and applying layers and applying layers, but you may want to not only set using a concealer, but set, or I shouldn't say set, you may not want to prime using just a concealer, but also use a white based primer. I have learned the whiter the base, the more vibrant the white is in the primer that you're using, it helps to really get those colors across, and that's for even deeper complexions. So I'm thinking like ABH's primer, which I know they brought out several years ago when they had the Norvina oversized palettes. Something along that line that will really make the colors pop if you need them to stand out more than just using a traditional eye primer or concealer to prep your eye space. Now I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Vacay, still using my Morphe M504, and I'm going to pop that right in the middle. Guys, do y'all see how vibrant these shades are? Oh my gosh. Wow. That is pretty. Let's go in with Canary. This yellow shade here. I'm going to get a smaller brush because we're going to be working with a smaller area. This is a Morphe M433. And that, look, that is pure yellow. Pure yellow. Do y'all see that? Okay, but here comes the test. How pure is this yellow going to be on my skin tone? Okay, so it's cute, but like I said, some shadows that you need to like really just pull through, you need to prime using a white based primer for the best vibrancy out of that shade. So this is cute. It's cute. It's subtle compared to what it was I was looking for, but I'm not mad at it. For my under eye, I'm first going to line using by Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian eyeliner in Royal. This blue, when I tell you, that rhymed. This blue is magnificent. I am just hoping that it cooperates because I broke it a while back. Yep, exactly. No, did I lose? Oh, okay, there we go. And now moving on to lips. For lips, I'm going to use by NYX Cosmetics. This is a lip liner in shade Fuchsia. And then to fill it in, also by NYX, I am taking the plastic off of it now. This is a butter gloss in shade Strawberry Parfait. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got a little bit. Let's see. And then I'm just gonna take some Juvia's Place finishing powder. This is in shade Warm Honey. This is their newest, one of their newest products. So this is their finishing powder, not to be confused with a setting powder, pressed powder. This one I really just like to take a light dusting using a very wispy tight brush. This is by EcoTools. This is a highlight brush. Lightly going into the powder, and just dusting it over everything. So this is the final look. Off camera, I applied some half strip lashes by Eyelure in a very wispy vibe or style. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, for sticking around for my story time, listening to my yapping session, what have you. To the few creators that tried to give mean girl, mean boy energy, y'all tried it, but you didn't succeed. But in any event, if you guys have made it this far, please, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, sticking around, and seeing what else I come up with. If you are subscribed, please make sure to hit the notification bell so that you are notified each and every time that there is an upload from this channel. And as always, in the description box below, there will be a complete list of all products used to achieve this look. Let's talk about it in the comments. Have you ever been somewhere and you tried to act your adult self? You tried to put your best face forward and somebody tested your gangster? Let me know. What did y'all do? Like, how did y'all handle the situation? I'm curious because I'm sure just about every one of you have a story that you can tell, a situation that has happened. And again, if it hasn't, as my mother used to say, keep living. Somebody gonna test you. Somebody's going to test your worth. Like, it's human nature, right? So let's chat about it in the comment box below. Guys, continue to be well, stay safe, exercise self-care. It is not a privilege, but a necessity. Make sure to check on your strong friends after you check in with yourself. And until next time, we shall chat again soon.